you can listen to us here live, and I'll try to color this game as well as I can for you. Right now, they had an early start. Obviously, they made changes due to the weather. And we are now in the bottom of the first. Sacrifice bunt. I'm going to kind of recap the first inning. Enterprise scored a run, left 2 runners on, had a couple of hits. They're up 1-0. We're in the bottom of the first with 1 out. There's a runner on second. And the number 3 batter for MMI, Nicole Dockery, comes to the plate. First pitch to Dockery, called on the corner, strike 1. So, again, it's the bottom of the first, 1-0. And we are experiencing video difficulties. This game was supposed to be a 12 o'clock start. It's moved up to 10 and actually moved up about 10 minutes ahead of that. So if you are tuning in right here at the beginning, we are not at the beginning. And if you're not seeing any video, it's because we don't have any video. But the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike with 1 out with a runner on second. And we get to the second inning, I'll set the defenses for both teams. But right now we're just going to hop in and roll as the count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. So Emily Mackin is on second base. She led off with a slap single. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Count goes full on Dockery. Rhodes sacrifice over Mackin to second for the first out of the inning. So we have full count with 1 out, and Dockery fouls it off. Keep the at-bat alive. Again, MMI comes in to this inning down 1-0. As Enterprise scored in the first inning. So pitcher Gabby Causey in the circle with a full count on the windup in the pitch. It's going to miss inside for ball 4. It's going to put Dockery on. It's going to bring up Abby Phillips, the shortstop. Runners on first and second. Mackin on second, Dockery on first. Set the infield for you. Madison Meeks on third, Kelsey Cooper on short, Caitlin Money on second, Chloe Jones on first, and wind up in the pitch from Causey. Grounded to third. There's going to be a toss to the shortstop at third base, and she's going to be out. Nice play by Meeks to toss it over to Cooper. And that's going to be out number 2 as they get the leadoff out there. So Mackin's out. That puts Dockery on second, Phillips on first. It's going to bring up Alex Gray. Pitch misses on the outside for ball 1. So Alex Gray, the center fielder, at the plate with a 1-0 count. The catcher is Shaq Washington. In the outfield, Grace Jernigan, Allie Whitehead, and Aaliyah Wallace. Ball hit foul down the first base line. So Gray at the plate. Gray hitting .335 on the season, freshman. Pitch is going to miss high for ball 1 or 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ball hit high into the outfield. Center fielder calls it off, and Allie Whitehead hauls it in for out number 3. So we've completed 1 inning, and we head to the second. Enterprise 1, MMI 0. This is totally weird. Hey, can I get a first inning? So we're at Jernigan made the last out. Okay, yeah. So we got Chloe Jones single, F8, Whitehead walk, another walk, F8, F8. Made third out. Yeah, I hear it. This is how I do it. Yeah, it's no big deal. So it's like out number 1 is here, out number 2 is here, out number 3 is here. Welcome back to the second inning. I apologize. Early start and camera difficulties. We've got Madison Meeks coming to the plate for Enterprise, the third baseman. And the first pitch from Emily Rice is missed, ball high. So you got Emily Rice in the circle throwing R.K. Ward. You got Caitlin Rhodes at third, Abby Phillips at short, Nicole Dockery at second, and Allie Putnam at first base. Hard ball off the glove of the third baseman and a wide throw, and she's going to be safe. So Rhodes gets a hot shot, gets a glove on it. Nice job flashing the leather. Fires it over to Putnam, but a little bit off on the throw brings her off the bag. Madison Meeks is able to get on base. So she leads off, and there's a bunt. Going to sack it. We're going to see if it gets foul. It holds on the line, and it stays. And that's going to be a bunt single. The ball just hangs right on the line there. She's going to take second base as well as the third baseman, Rhodes, tosses it to Phillips. Or no, rather the pitcher, Rice. She fires it over to Dockery, but not in time as the speedy Kaylee Cooper, who bunted for a single as they waited to see if it would go foul or fair. It stays fair, and she's able to take second base from there. So now we've got runner on third base, Madison Meeks. Kelsey Cooper at second base, and Aaliyah Wallace from Smith Station comes to the plate, the right fielder. With a 1-0 count. Now she swings at an outside pitch. It's a 1-1 strike. So we've got runners on second and third with no outs here in the top of the second inning. If you're joining us just now, we're having video difficulties. There's a hard hit ball to left field, hauled in by Mackin. No attempt to make a play, but they throw it away, and still Meeks holds. So runners will be second and third. We get the first out of the inning. Not deep enough to get the runners in. And that's going to breed the leadoff. Chloe Jones back to the plate. First baseman, Chloe Jones, hitting .336. On the season, the sophomore. And we got a 1-1 count with one out. Ball hit to third, check and throw to first. That's Rhodes to Putnam for the 5-3 put out. and out number 2. So MMI with an error on the third baseman and a bunt that just stayed fair by the white threads of the threading of the artificial turf. Runners on second and third, but now they're back to 2 outs here. First pitch ball to Caitlin Money, who flew out her first time out to center field. She takes for the inside called strike. Count goes to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Meeks on third, Cooper on second. Ball hit over the shortstop's head, and that's going to plate too. She's going to round it for a double, and she's in sliding with 2 RBIs. That's Caitlin Money with a double and 2 RBIs to extend the Enterprise lead to 3-0. It's going to bring up Allie Whitehead. Whitehead, the center fielder. She walked her first time up. Whitehead hitting .349 on the season. Hard hit ball over the shortstop's head, about the same spot. That's going to get all the way. It's going to get cut off by the left fielder, but not before Caitlin Money comes in to score on Allie Whitehead's single, and that's going to extend it to 4-0. And the infield's going to go in and have a little discussion, and we're going to have a pitching change here. Number 28 for MMI coming in to pitch. Sydney Elam from Centerville, Alabama, the freshman. She's coming in relief. We're going to take a quick 1-minute break, and then we'll be back with more action here. 4-0 Enterprise. Shaq Washington at the plate, the catcher. She walked her last time up. So just to let you know, if you're just now tuning in again, we're having video difficulties. So this is just going to be, I'm going to run it like a play-by-play broadcast on radio. Again, my apologies. We've got 2 outs here in the top of the second, 4-0 Enterprise. New pitcher in the game, Sydney Elam. Emily Rice started the game for MMI. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner on first is Allie Whitehead. The windup in the pitch. He's going to get across the corner for a called strike 3. And that's going to end it. We're going to go to the bottom of the second. It's 4-0 Enterprise. 4-0. Yeah, I think we're on the money, man. It was a weird one, so I get it. She didn't score. She did. Well, you did. You had the scores and you had everything else right. All right, bottom half of the inning, Chloe Hudson coming to bat. Gabby Causey still in the circle for Enterprise. No time given by the umpire, and it's going to be a strike one call. She called timeout, wasn't rewarded time, and then the pitch was across the strike, and the MMI coach is not happy about it. Coach Benson is not happy about that, but hey, you cannot step out of the box. That's going to be on the outside corner, call strike 2, and assume that you're going to get that call. And in this case, she did not get the call. 0-2 count. Chloe Hudson, the slapper. So you got 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's 4-0 here, bottom of the second. It's a chop ball to third baseman. She fires it over. That's Meeks. Takes it, throws it to Jones for the 5-3 put out in the first out of the inning. One out here. And that's going to miss low as Allie Putnam, the first baseman, comes to the plate for MMI. Putnam from Hartsville, Alabama. Hartsville High School. It's going to be a hard hit ball back up the middle to the center fielder, and Putnam's going to be safe for a single. And with 1 out, they have their first runner on of the inning. R.K. Ward coming to the plate. Ward, a freshman, the catcher from Brookwood, Alabama. Wind up in the pitch is going to miss, or it's going to catch the front corner. A call strike 1. And that's going to be a hit high. That's going to be down for a, looks like a double. I had a little bit of an obstructed view with all the shade that's been added here at Alabaster, but now there's a runner on second and third. With 1 out, and MMI's in scoring position once again here in the bottom of the second. Catcher goes and talks to the pitcher. That's R.K. Ward with a double. It's going to bring up Kaylee Crenshaw. Crenshaw from Woodland, Alabama, Woodland High School. 1 out. Bottom of the second. Wind up in the pitch. It's going to miss high for ball 1. We've got Allie Putnam on third. R.K. Ward on second. Kaylee Crenshaw at the plate. And that's going to be a call on the corner for a strike for 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, we apologize for the video issues that we're having. We're still working on getting those fixed. We had an early start time as well and started about 10 minutes before the planned start time of 10 a.m. And that's a swing and a miss to go to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So we're still working on getting the video squared away before the next game. Wind up in the pitch. This is going to be high. 2 balls and 2 strikes as Gabby Causey looks. I'm going to assume at the catcher and not the umpire, but she did not like the call. 2-2 count. Swing and a miss, but a drop strike. Fired over to first. So that'll be a K1-2 put out on Crenshaw as Shaq Washington clears it and gets it over to Chloe Jones for the out. Now take us back to the top of the order. Emily Mackin, she led off with a single slapper down the first base line and was able to beat it out easily. She's able to get it down that first base line again. She swings and misses to that one, though. She might be able to play to run here. As MMI, Marion Military Institute, is looking to try to get on the board here with runners on second and third. Mackin the leadoff at the plate to wind up in the pitch. It's going to be slap foul for strike two. It's got an 0-2 count, 2 outs. Here in the top of the second inning, Emily Mackin at the plate. Allie Putnam on third. R.K. Ward on second. Going to wind up in the pitch. It's going to miss outside for ball one. So this count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. (4-0) Enterprise. Enterprise scored 1 in the first and 3 in the second. Causey's wind up and pitch is going to miss high. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. And the outside pitch, Mackin unable to reach it, swings and misses for strike 3. We're going to go, that's 2 complete. We'll go to the top of the third inning, 4-0 Enterprise. Until about 5 minutes before the game, and then just went dead. Like no power. All right, welcome back. Top of the third. Got Sydney Elam in the circle. First pitch high ball to the batter, Skylar Fry. She flew out to center field her first time up, and she's at a 1-1 count now here in the third inning. That's going to be right across the top of the zone for a called strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fry, freshman, takes the ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pop up in foul territory off the glove of the first baseman, Allie Putnam. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that's going to be an error, an unrecorded error at the moment. Would have been an out. we'll see how it plays out here with this at bat to how it gets scored. Ground ball to the second baseman, Nicole Dockery, over to Putnam. And that's going to be an out for the first out of the inning. And that error is going to not be recorded and will not be a significant matter because they were able to record the out on Fry, who grounded out into a 4-3 put out for the first out of the inning here in the top of the third. This brings up Grace Jernigan. Jernigan was out in her last at bat to end the inning in the first inning. Again, one ball, no strikes, one out. It's going to miss outside for ball two. It's 4-0 Enterprise, top of the third inning. That pitch is going to miss high for ball three. 3-0 to Jernigan. Madison Meeks on deck. Kelsey Cooper rounds it out here for Enterprise. Sydney Elam trying to keep them in there, but she misses there on the outside corner for ball four. Jernigan's going to walk on 4 pitches. She'll move to first. Brings up Madison Meeks, the third baseman. Meeks hitting .203 on the season. Wind up in the pitch from Elam is going to be called strike one down the middle. That's going to miss way out for Elam. Ward had to stretch out into the other batter's box to get that one and high. So again, no video. So running this more like a play-by-play radio broadcast. Pitch fouled off into the fence. Goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pop up to the second baseman, Dockery. Dockery hauls it in and fires it back to the pitcher for out number 2. And that'll bring up Kaylee Cooper. Enterprise scored 1 in the first, 3 in the second. MMI looking to shut them down this inning and get back and try to get this thing back into the game. Enterprise obviously trying to extend it out. And that pitch misses low for a ball. Grace Jernigan had walked, and she's on first base. Wind up in the pitch. It's going to miss on the outside corner. Goes to 2 balls, no strikes. Here with 2 outs. It's Kelsey Cooper, who singled her last time up. She had singled on a bunt that just hung on by the white threads of the infield. The count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike on the called strike here. Cooper, the shortstop, swings and lobs one over the second baseman's head. That's going to move Jernigan to third base, and there's going to be a play at second. She's going to be safe. So there's a little hesitation in the outfield. Cooper took advantage of it, was able to get 2 bases out of it. Moves Jernigan to third base with 2 outs. Aaliyah Wallace comes to the plate. She flew out to left field her last time up. She's looking to get another run for Enterprise. She pops it foul out of play for strike one. So 0-2 count. Hit hard to second base. Dockery hauls it in, fires it to Putnam for out number 3. MMI is able to get out of this one, not giving up any runs. Enterprise is going to go to the bottom of the third with a 4-0 lead when we return. Welcome back. Bottom of the third. Gabby Causey in the circle. Is facing Caitlin Rhodes. Starts off with it's a high fly ball into center field. Allie Whitehead calls it, hauls it in for the first out here of the bottom of the third. It's been a ground out for out number 2 there with Dockery. That's going to bring up Abby Phillips into a fielder's choice to the third baseman her last time up. That's going to miss on the inside corner. A little high. So Causey continues to rock on. That's going to miss outside. Phillips going to go to 2 balls and no strikes here with 2 outs. Causey going to come in with a strike called. Pushes 2 balls and 1 strike. Phillips hitting .317 on the season. Lifts one into right field. Hauled in by Leah Wallace for out number 3. That's 3 complete. Enterprise 4. MMI 0. Welcome back. Top of the 4th. Chloe Jones coming to the plate to lead the in and off. She had a single her first time up, hitting to third baseman. First pitch, attempted bunt, foul. Chloe Jones, a sophomore, is hitting .336 on the season. And she does the bunt attempt again. Back to the pitcher who handles her position, Elam, back to Putnam for the first out of the inning. And that's going to bring up Caitlin Money. Money takes first pitch, ball. And Sydney Elam misses. R.K. Ward tries to frame it up. A little bit too high and outside. Wind up in the pitch, 2-0 count. It's going to come across the plate for a called strike on Money. Money doubled earlier in the game, had 2 RBIs. She flew out her first time up. Also scored a run. So she's responsible for 3 of the 4 runs, driving 2 in and scoring 1 herself. She takes that pitch on the inside corner. Pushes the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here with 1 out. Allie Whitehead, who singled the last time up, is on deck. There's a swing into the shortstop hole, but taken care of by Abby Phillips. Phillips takes a couple of steps over and is able to snag a little light liner for out number 2. And Allie Whitehead, the center fielder, comes to the plate with 2 outs. Wind up in the pitch. It's going to miss high. We're here in the top of the 4th inning. It's 4-0. That's going to get the outside corner for a called strike 1. It's 1 ball and 1 strike on Whitehead. That's going to miss outside as well. Early starts today, 10 and 12:30 instead of 2 or 12 and 2:30. Wind up in the pitch. It's going to be line soft, but the right fielder's in just enough to get it. Chloe Hudson draws it in. And that's going to do it for us here in the top of the fourth. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Enterprise still up 4-0. Welcome back. Bottom of the fourth. MMI coming to the plate. Alex Gray coming to the plate for MMI. She flew out to center field her last time. So we're in the bottom of the fourth. 4-0 Enterprise. We have no video. We're still working to try to get that corrected, at least by the end of the day. Hard hit down first base. It's going to hit the bag, pop up, and that's going to be a leadoff single for Alex Gray. Hard hit by the slapper. They had a slap defense in, everybody in, looking for something short in the dirt, and she went hard down the first base line, hit the bag, had a little pop up to it. If it had not hit the bag, I don't know if it wouldn't have gotten past the right fielder. But that's going to bring up Chloe Hudson. Causey delivers, called strike one. So Causey delivers strike one, no outs, runner on first. Here in the bottom of the fourth. Wind up in the pitch. It's going to be hit to center field down for a base hit. I tell you what, she needs to get on in there. That was a close play there at second base. Gray, she had to hesitate just a bit because it had a little bit of a pop-up to a tight playing outfield. But then she just kind of coasted into second base, and it was a bang-bang play. But she was safe. And that's a single for Chloe Hudson as well. As that goes to center field, it's going to bring up Allie Putnam, who hit a single her last time up. With runners on first and second, no outs. MMI is trying to get into a little bit of business going on here in the bottom of the fourth. So that's Gray on second, Hudson on first, Allie Putnam at the plate. A wind up in the pitch from Causey. It's called strike as Shaq Washington hauls it in at catcher and fires it back up. So we've got a 1-1 count here with no outs and runners on first and second. Wind up and pitch is going to be outside in the other batter's box. And that's going to be ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike. And that's going to be popped up to the catcher. Shaq Washington hops up and grabs it. And that's going to be the first out of the inning. And that's going to bring up R.K. Ward. Ward, freshman, hitting .286. First pitch is called strike. That'll go 1 ball and 1 strike. Here with 1 out. Runners on first and second. Going to have a timeout called with Enterprise. I want to have a little bit of discussion with the pitcher. Make sure everybody's on the same page. Mainly with the pitcher and the catcher. Infielders kind of gather around. Again, apologize for the video issues. It's 4-0 in the bottom of the 4th, 1 out, runners on first and second. Enterprise leads. They scored 1 in the first, 3 in the second, none in the third or the 4th. And we're in the bottom of the 4th. 1-1 and count. 1 out. The windup in the pitch as we get ready. It's a hard hit ball to center field. It's going to drop. They're going to have a play at second, but not in time. Again, another bang-bang play from the center fielder to the shortstop, but not in time once again. And that's going to be a single for R.K. Ward. And that's going to load the bases up for Kaylee Crenshaw. Or it looks like we're going to have a substitute. It's going to be number 10. Looks like Katie Robbins. Katie Robbins, a sophomore from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Hillcrest High School. She'll be coming to the plate. She's a .310 hitter on the season. She comes in for Kaylee Crenshaw. Bases loaded for Katie Crenshaw. She swings and hits one hard but foul down the first base line. So 1 out here, 0-1 count. Crenshaw is Gabby Causey. She's had 3 shutout innings. And that's going to miss high for ball 1. So go to 1 ball and 1 strike. We got Gray who singled on third. Hudson on second with a single. R.K. Ward on first with a single. Robbins takes the pitch outside corner. Called strike. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bases loaded for the pinch hitter. See what she can do, or if Causey can continue with her shutout. Wind up in the pitch. Swung on. Hit foul. It's 4-0. Bases loaded. 1-2 count. 1 out. Wind up. And the pitch. It's going to miss outside. Other batter's box. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Robbins does have a couple of home runs on the season and 4 doubles. Wind up in the pitch, hit hard and high, but to the shortstop. Shortstop hauls it in. Nice play by Cooper to haul that in. Causey gets a second out. Lives to see another batter with Emily Mackin coming to the plate. She singled her first time up. Struck out swinging her second time up. And she comes to the plate with the bases loaded this time. MMI left a couple of runners on as that's fouled off into the fence for a 0-1 count. Left a couple of runners in scoring position on. They haven't been able to get any in. Once again, they got the bases loaded. They got the bases loaded with 1 out. And we'll see if they're able to do anything. But so far, it's been 2 straight in. We've got a illegal call on the separation of hands or lack of separation of hands, stepping to the plate without presenting. And that's going to be a ball call to go to 1 ball and 1 strike. Wind up in the pitch. Hard hit up the middle off the pitcher's glove. Not able to be handled by the shortstop. And that's going to be an RBI single for Mackin as Gray comes in to score. Hard hit ball at the pitcher's face. She gets a glove on it. It bounces off toward the shortstop. Shortstop has to change direction. Unable to handle it there, but she is able to lock it down and keep that from only being 1 RBI given up. So the score goes to 4-1 as Mackin singles. Caitlin Rhodes at the plate, wind up in the pitch. It's going to be called ball low. So Gray scores, cut the lead to 4-1. The base is still loaded. That's going to be hit foul into the fence. So we've got 2 outs. Bases loaded. Chloe Hudson on third. R.K. Ward on second. Emily Mackin on first. Caitlin Rhodes. 1-1 count. She takes pitch inside. She sacked her first time up and then flew out to center field her second time. Rhodes a .289 hitter. She does have a couple of triples on the season. She swings and misses there, runs the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. (4-1). Hit the second baseman. Money fires it over to Jones for the 4-3 putout. Bases loaded. They did get 1, but no more. MMI cuts it to 4-1 lead by Enterprise as we go to the 5th inning. Welcome back to the 5th inning. Enterprise with Shaq Washington coming to the plate. The catcher, Sydney Elam, pitching in the circle for MMI. He's going to miss on the outside corner for ball 1. Top of the 5th, 4-1 Enterprise. They scored 1 in the first and 3 in the second. Marion scored 1 last inning. And that's how we got to where we are at 4-1. Count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Yesterday's action, Marion beat Wallace and then lost to Bishop. And that's how they found themselves here in an elimination game with Enterprise State, who lost to Bevel. So both of them are in elimination Friday. 3-0 count. That's going to be called strike 1. So 3 balls and 1 strike here to Washington. We've got the winner of this game will play at 12:30 against the winner that's going on behind us between Wallace, Dothan, and Bevel State. We'll try to get a score update on that here shortly. Full count. She fouls that one off. The wind up in the pitch here. Hit the right field off the wall. Washington with a stand-up double to start the inning for Enterprise State. Hard hit ball right at the Alabaster City Unlimited sign. One hopped it into the fence. Chloe Hudson pulls it in and gets it back into the infield. Looks like we're going to have a pitch and change here. Number 32 for Marion. Number 32, Maya Harris from Chelsea. It's Maya Harris from Chelsea coming to the plate. So we take a quick break while she warms up here. All right, welcome back. On the break, the warm-up as Maya Harris comes on to pitch. For MMI, she gets a fly out from Skylar Fry, but Washington was able to advance to third base. So there'll be one out here in the top of the fifth with a runner on third. Grace Jernigan coming to the plate. She was out the first time up and then walked her second time up. She's going to take pitch for 1 ball and 1 strike. So we got 1 ball and 1 strike. That score update is 1-1 in the 6th inning between Bevel and Wallace. Wind up in the pitch. Bounces over the first baseman's head for a base hit. That's going to plate a run. RBI for Jernigan on the single. Shaq Washington comes into the plate to score. And that'll make the score 5-1 with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. That'll bring up Madison Meeks. That'll be hit to second base, over to short, and that's going to be the only out they're able to get as Dockery fires it over to Phillips. But Meeks was able to beat it out with no throw to first base. So Meeks will be on first with Kelsey Cooper coming to the plate. She singled her first time up, doubled her second time up. She scored a run as well. And she takes first pitch, strike call. So 5-1. 2 outs. Runner on first. 1-1 count. That'll be a high fly. And it's going to fall just in front of as a diving shortstop, diving Abby Phillips. Emily Mackin unable to get to it. Runner's able to get to third, and that's going to be a double for Kelsey Cooper. Meeks running all the way is on third, and that's going to bring up Aaliyah Wallace for Enterprise State. Looks like we may be getting a hitter. Looks like we are going to be getting a hitter from Enterprise to hit for Wallace. Coach gives a substitution. That's going to be 8 or 3. 8 probably. Possibly Kelsey Ellenberg, possibly. Can't really. Yes, it is number 8, Kelsey Ellenberg. Thanks to the keen eyes of the guys up here keeping the book and the board to keep everybody straight. That first pitch is going to be called strike. No balls, 1 strike to Ellenberg. The freshman. And she takes that pitch outside for ball 1. So you got runners on second and third. Madison Meeks on third. Cooper on second. Ellenberg swings and misses for strike 2. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's a cloudy day. Trying to beat the clouds today. Moved up the start time to 10. Actually started about 7-8 minutes earlier than that, about 9:52. Fortunately, unable to get our cameras operating today. So I do apologize for that. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs and runners on second and third. 5-1 Enterprise. High fly ball to center field. She calls it. And Alex Gray hauls it in for out number 3. So that'll do it for the top of the 5th. Enterprise plates another run, though, extends the lead 5-1 here as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Teams stood on the field till 11. I thought they were going to kill that lady. But it was in the rules. You got to have the city name. You have to have city or just? You had to say, like, there's Jazz. Bottom of the 5th. Gabby Causey continues to rock on here for Enterprise. Nicole Dockery coming to the plate. She walked, grounded out. Now a base hit. That's going to be a single. The third base shortstop gap. Marion has not been short of hits today. Key hits have been the difference as Abby Phillips comes to the plate. It's the 8th hit of the day for Marion. They've only been able to get one of those across. That's fouled back into the fence here in the bottom of the 5th with a runner on first. Phillips fouls another one back. She hitting the fielder's choice her first time up, third base. Flew out to right field last time up. She comes up this time with Dockery on first base. Marion looking to try to get some business going. She takes pitch high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hard hit ball. Going to be right at him, though. Grace Jernigan, right place, right time. That's going to be out number 1. That's going to bring up Alex Gray, who singled and scored the only run. She led off the inning, last inning. Singled and eventually scored. Hard hit ball over the shortstop's head. That's going to fall for a hit. And another single for Gray. It's going to move Nicole Dockery over to second base. And once again, MMI is in position to do some damage. And we're going to have a timeout as the coach comes out to speak to the pitcher. Not sure if they have somebody warmed up or if that's just it looks like just a discussion. I don't see anybody planning to come in. So once again, they find themselves with runners on first and second with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. She goes and talks to a pitcher, Benson over there, talking to his hitters and runners. I think what he needs to tell them, we need a hit with runners in scoring position. Chloe Hudson, her last time up, she singled Gray over to second base her last time up. She comes back to the plate here looking to do something. That's going to get an outside corner of what we'll leave for your interpretation. Unfortunately, you couldn't see it. That's going to go 0-1. She tries to lay the bunt down, move him over. Nobody's there. She throws it in the ground. That runner's going to score. And the runner on first is going to advance to third. Nice bunt by Hudson. The third baseman comes in, Meeks. They don't wheel the second baseman over. Meeks holds on to it, but not enough as it releases into the ground. That's going to allow the runners to score from second and the runner on first to advance to third, and Hudson is on first. And that's going to be the second out of the inning. Second run, and that's going to make it 5-2 here with 1 out and runners on first and third. So Dockery scores on the errant throw. Very unfortunate to put an error on the third baseman in that case. But they would not have advanced had she not released the ball as much as she tried to hold on to it. The count goes to 1-1 on Allie Putnam. Dockery scores. Alex Gray moves to third. Chloe Hudson on first. So you got runners on first and third. It's 5-2 here in the bottom of the fifth with one out. Causey in the circle trying to get out of another jam. Putnam swings and misses, and it goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So we have 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Gray on third, Hudson on first. Putnam popped up to the catcher her last time up, and she strikes out looking this time. And that's going to be the second out of the inning. So they've had runners in scoring position now. Putnam pops up to the catcher and strikes out looking last inning and this inning. And that's going to bring up R.K. Ward with 2 outs, runners on first and third. She singled her last time up. She was able to single and load the bases. Mackin was able to finally get the single to score a run. First pitch is going to be called ball. So runners on first and third. 2 outs, 1-0 count. Causey in the circle. Pitch misses outside. Ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes. Do what? Tiebreaker rule? No, I don't think they do it in championship play. High fly ball, but not enough, as that's going to go to the left fielder Grace Jernigan, hauled in for out number 3. So Marion scratches another run, tightens the lead up to 5-2. We've completed 5. We head to the 6th, 5-2 Enterprise. Chloe Jones comes to the plate here, top of the 6th. 5-2 Enterprise. She singled her first time up. Pitch gets the inside corner for called strike 1. Maya Harris in the circle for MMI. One count. And that's going to get the inside corner again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No outs. Chloe Jones, 1 for 3 on the day. Money on deck, Whitehead in the hole. That's a hard hit ball to first, but handled by Dockery as she tags the bag unassisted for the first out of the inning. Money, who flew out her first time up, doubled her second time, plated a couple of RBIs, scored a run, and she lined out a soft liner to the shortstop her last time up. She comes to the plate 1 for 3 as well. And takes first pitch outside, ball one. If you are tuning in late, we apologize for the video issues. We'll be working to get those corrected here shortly, as that's a called strike one, 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out. Game 6 of the day. Field behind us, that misses on front of the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. Wallace, Dothan, and Bevel playing. Bevel won game 1 yesterday over Enterprise and lost game 3 to Central Alabama. Central Alabama sits in the winner's bracket game. They'll be playing on this field. Or actually, we'll have the loser on this field, the winner of this game on this field next. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. Hard hit ball in the center field, and that's going to be a base hit for Money. Money, the freshman. With a lead, with a single here with 1 out, and that's going to bring up Allie Whitehead. And Money's going to be stealing on the pitch. Ball's in the dirt, and she'll slide in easily. It's 5-2. And now Money on second for Allie Whitehead, who walked her first time up, singled the next time. RBI single. Then a fly out to the left fielder. She'll take that pitch inside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Caitlin Money on second base. Allie Whitehead at the plate. And she's going to take that pitch as well for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Maya Harris trying to hold serve and get her Tigers back into the dugout and get some more bats. Enterprise trying to extend it. Nice bunt. Perfectly placed, killed on the turf. Allie Whitehead able to beat it out for an infield single. Money advances to third. And that'll bring up Shaq Washington, the catcher. And we're going to get a pinch runner. Number's tough to read here on the back. Looks like it may be number 2. I don't know if that'll be Gracie Bonds, the pitcher. But we have a runner in. Could be number 7, MG Heath. No indication from the umpire. Shaq Washington comes to the plate. Runners on first and third. One out. Oh, 1 count. Runner takes off. Catcher tries to throw behind at third. Nothing happening there. So Whitehead will get the stolen base to second. Money's on third. Washington with a 1-1 count at the plate. It's going to be fouled into the fence. Push the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. A foul ball. And a ball before that puts us into 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And that's going to miss outside. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Shaq Washington, the catcher. She walked, struck out looking, but she also doubled. Doubled in a run. She's tight on the plate. That corner, that pitch gets the inside corner. She kind of ducks away from it, but she takes it. It's a strike call for strike number 3 and out number 2 on Washington. It's going to bring up Skylar Fry here with runners on second and third. That pitch misses outside and low. Ball 1. One-0 pitch. Swung on, hit high, center field. She drops underneath it and hauls it in. Alex Gray pulls it in for out number 3. So that's the top of the 6th. They don't get anything out of that one. We're going to head to the bottom of the 6th, 5-2 Enterprise. Welcome back. Bottom of the 6th. In the game behind us, it's 1-1 in the 8th inning. They battle over there to see who lives to play another day. It's 5-2 here. Enterprise. First pitch misses outside to Ellenberg. No, I take that back. Katie Robbins. It's Katie Robbins. Pitch goes 2-0 to her. Here in the bottom of the 6th, misses high. And she's going to take ball 4. So Robbins walks. And Enterprise is going to call it a day for Gabby Causey. She only allowed 2 runs through 5 innings. Katie Robbins, if she scores, will be credited to her. But nobody else, and let's see who we've got coming in for Enterprise. It's like number 2, Gracie Bonds. This will be Gracie Bonds. Coming in to pitch. She's got 3.05 ERA, 15 wins, 7 losses, so she's coming in to close it out for Gabby Causey. Causey will be on the record for the win, cannot be on the record for the loss. Gracie Bonds coming in for the save here. Bonds faces Emily Mackin, the leadoff batter, two singles and a strikeout, so she's 2 for 3 on the day. First pitch called strike. Causey scattered 11 hits. This count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. But only allowed 2 runs. So we've got Katie Robbins on first base. Emily Mackin at the plate. 1-2 count. No outs. That's going to be a called strike 3 on Mackin. That'll bring up Caitlin Rhodes. Caitlin Rhodes with a sack earlier in the game. Fly out to center. Ground out to second base. She hits one out of play into the awning. Count 0-1. Rhodes a .289 hitter on the season. Takes ball 1 outside. Rhodes up. Dockery on on deck. (5-2), bottom of the 6th. That's going to miss high. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bonds digs in. That's going to miss high. (3-1) count. That's going to be a strike call on the outside corner. Runs count 3 balls and 2 strikes. (3-2) count. Ground ball, third base. Fires to second. Get the force out as Meeks goes to money. And that'll bring up Nicole Dockery. As Robbins was retired. Rhodes still at first. So 2 outs. It's going to be a soft liner to second. She gets in front of it, but not able to handle it, and that's going to be a base hit for Dockery. She hits a soft little liner that the second baseman was not able to get to. She corrals it, but is unable to get a handle on it before Speedy Dockery is able to get down to first base. So Dockery will be on first. Rhodes on second, and Abby Phillips comes to the plate. She fielder's choice her first time up. Flew out to right field twice. So she's 0 for 3 on the day. Be Dockery's second hit of the day. She's 2 for 3. So we've got 2 outs, runners on first and second. Umpire steps away and then steps back. Play ball. Phillips digs in. Bonds in the circle. Wind up in the pitch. Swung on and missed. For strike 1. A 1 count. 2 outs. Foul back. 0-2 count on Phillips. It's going to miss high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wound up in the pitch. Swung on and missed. Picked up. It's in the dirt. Picked up and fired by Shaq Washington over to Chloe Jones, and that'll end the inning on a strikeout, 1-3 put out. And that'll do it for Marion here in the bottom of the 6th. We've played 6, 5-2 Enterprise. We head to the 7th. See if Enterprise can extend it. Marion can hold on. Marion can come back. Let's see what's going on here when we return in the 7th. Welcome back, top of the 7th. Grace Jernigan had to play for Enterprise. Maya Harris in the circle for MMI. Attempts the bunt. Fouls off. It's going to be 0-2 count. Pitch misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jernigan 1 for 2. Out on her first at bat. Walked in a single. Ball's going to be hit. Stabbed at in second. Nice play by Dockery. Dives. Gets the ball over to Putnam in time for the putout. Great play by Dockery. The diving play saves a base runner right there. Keeps the runners off the base here in the top of the 7th. Hard hit ball up its middle. Base hit for Meeks, our first hit of the game. Kaylee Cooper coming to the plate. She's 3 for 3 today with a single and 2 doubles. She takes first pitch inside, called strike. That's Kelsey Cooper in the 3 for 3, but she grounds into the 6-4-3 double play there to end the inning. We head to the bottom of the 7th. See what MMI's got in the dugout with some bats. It's 5-2 Enterprise. We'll be back after this break. They're going to want to push them because of the weather. Is it hard here? Five-two, bottom of the 7th. MMI brings Alex Gray to the plate. She's 2 for 3. First pitch is going to – the catcher moves outside for an outside pitch. She has to actually come – she goes left, comes back to her right, over the corner, though, for a called strike. 0-1 count. Gracie Bonds looking to get the save here for Enterprise. Wind up in the pitch, misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gray 2 for 3. Chloe Hudson on deck 2 for 3. Putnam in the hole with a single, but has left a lot of base runners on at her bats. That's going to be fouled off for 1 ball and 2 strikes. One-two count. I believe we're in the 9th, 1-1 in the other game. She moves outside and hits outside that time. It goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. So on this field, we'll actually have the winner of this game and the winner of the game being played behind us on this field. And the Central Alabama and Bishop in the winner's bracket will be held on the other field, on field 5. So whoever wins here might be staying in the dugout. We'll see how it works out. Swing and a miss. Strikeout and out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch called strike on Chloe Hudson. Gray struck out. A phenomenal day, 2 for 4. It's going to be fouled off, though. Hudson, she's 2 for 3 on the day. They've caused problems in the middle of the lineup, that's for sure, between Gray and Hudson. But Gray being able to score and Dockery, and that's it. It's 5-2 here with 1 out. Bottom of the 7th. That's going to miss outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bonds. Wind up in the pitch. He's going to get a called strike on the outside corner. It's out number 2. Allie Putnam comes to the plate. Down 5-2, trying to save the MMI season. 1 bat at a time. There's 2 outs. It's 5-2. Enterprise. 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. Bonds in the circle with the windup in the pitch. Misses on the outside corner for ball 1. Wind up in the pitch, and that's going to miss low and inside. It was a 2-0 to Putnam. 1 for 3 on the day. Wind up in the pitch. Fouled back into the fence. Wind up in the pitch. Swung on. Missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Putnam into plate. Number 2, Gracie Bonds in the circle. Wind up in the pitch. Swung on. Hit to the third baseman, Meeks. She fires it over. It's picked out of the ground by Chloe Jones, and Enterprise will advance with a 5-2 win here in Alabaster. They'll go on to win and play in the next game. MMI conclude their season here in the state conference tournament. So that'll do it for us here. That's a final 5-2 Enterprise. We'll work on these video problems, and we'll be back up on this field. Enterprise will stay here, and they will play the winner of the game that's in extra innings. When it concludes, it's in the 9th, I believe, still 1-1. But they'll play the winner of Wallace Dothan and Bevel State here maybe in about 20-25 minutes, or 20-25 minutes after that game concludes. So that's a final here. 5-2 Enterprise. We thank you for tuning in to JockJive.